In this lecture, we will learn about locating elements using Selenium WebDriver. There are several different functions that Selenium gives us to locate elements. They are find element by ID, find element by name, find element by XPath, find element by link text, find element by partial link text, find element by tag name, find element by class name, and find element by CSS selector. Find element by ID allows us to grab the element using its ID attribute. Find element by name is useful when we know the name of the element. Find element by XPath allows us to find an element by its XHTML node path. XPath is the language used for locating nodes in an XML document, and HTML can be converted into its XML variant XHTML, where each element becomes traversable using XPath. Find element by link text allows us to search for an element based on the text in the anchor tag. Find element by partial link text lets us grab an element when we know part of its link text. Find element by tag name lets us locate an element using its tag name. Find element by class name enables us to locate an element via its class name. Find element by CSS selector lets us locate an element using CSS selector syntax. Let's look at a real-world example of locating an element on a web page. The first step is to open up a web browser and navigate to a URL. I will go to marvel.com. Great, we see all of these cool things on the page, but how do we use Selenium to interact with them? How do we identify an element on the page? Google Chrome actually has built-in developer tools that allow us to view the HTML source code of any website. We will click the three dots in the top right corner and go to More Tools, Developer Tools. This will open up a panel on the left showing the web page, and on the right we see the HTML source code. Notice that there is a meta element with the name title. This is the element we want to grab. So let's learn how to do that. Up at the top of the code we will type from Selenium, import WebDriver. Then we will create a variable named driver and set it equal to webdriver.chrome. Next, we will call driver.get and pass in the URL for marvel.com. After that, we will create a variable named elem and set it equal to driver.findElementByName and pass in the string title. We use this function since we know the name of the element on the web page is title. We can add some print statements to print out information about the element, proving that we located the correct one. We will print out the element's content by typing elem.getAttribute and passing in the string content. After that, we will print out the name of the tag by typing elem.tagName. Finally, we want to close the web page, so we will type driver.close. When we run the code, notice that the proper content was printed, and meta was printed as the tag. If we go back to the web page and examine that element, notice that this information is correct. In the next lecture, we will learn about using weights in Selenium WebDriver.